The main problem we solve is the lack of decentralization of control of the data. So through multiparty computation, as I mentioned, we're able to even create an environment where mutually distrusting people can share data without actually revealing the data itself.
Hi, Mrs. Valge. Good to see you here at the next Blockchain Expo. You're the Chief of Growth of Partisia Blockchain. Can you describe what Partisia Blockchain is and the core mission you are following?
So Partisia Blockchain is the world's first regulatory-friendly, privacy-enabling blockchain, which is leveraging on multiparty computation, which is a form of zero-knowledge computation. So we're able to create collaboration between mutually distrustful parties, because we're able to process some data that normally could be not exposed and analyzed, and what we're creating therefore is new insights in the space. So we're not only working on Web3, but enabling new use cases for the Web2 world and corporates and enterprises.
And what specific problems is Partisia Blockchain aiming to solve?
So the main problem we solve is the lack of decentralization of control of the data. So through multiparty computation, as I mentioned, we're able to even create an environment where mutually distrusting people can share data without actually revealing the data itself. So, for example, competing companies can now have new insights and analyze outcome thanks to multiparty computation, which is basically it's a step forward from zero-knowledge proofs, which able to prove something that you're above, for example, above a certain age, or that you are vaccinated, but you can only use one input from one user, and the outcome would be truth or false. And with multiparty computation, you're able to process on hundreds of different data from different users and have very complex outcomes. So the use cases here are really limitless, and we have combined it with blockchain. So it's a unique proposal, universal proposal for businesses which can just script smart contracts and customize it for their specific needs on Partisia Blockchain.
Great. And with regards to the services you offer, why is a decentralized blockchain better than a centralized data bank?
So decentralized blockchain eliminates one single point of failure and control over the data. So we're giving back the users control and governance over the data, as well as an ability to commercialize the use of your data, not the data itself. So decentralized data clouds can be hacked, they can be breached, and also there is an element of mutability. So with blockchain, the data is immutable and therefore more secure.
And what benefits do digital IDs offer to users and to the system in general?
So digital identity, which we are working very closely with Swiss government. So Swiss EID is now becoming decentralized, and Partisia Blockchain together with DuoKey is helping citizens to gain, this is in collaboration with the government that are committing to give users and citizens back control over their data, so they can opt in which type of data set they want to reveal and expose to a institution, or which institution. And overall, it will increase, overall digital identity lowers down the administrative and bureaucratical burden, and provides a seamless access and ability to transact in the digital economy. But most of the identities, DIDs currently are on centralized cloud storages, and this is where this data breach comes in, and no control over how your data is being used and monetized on. So having it on a decentralized blockchain helps to solve a lot of these issues of data governance.
And what are the risks associated with digital IDs, and how does Partisia tries to solve them?
So yeah, as I mentioned, the risks and limitations are the data breaches and hacks and immutability aspects, as well as when the data cannot exit the one silo or ecosystem and are under a company or government, there will be limited insights. You cannot collaborate by processing that data. So this is where multi-party computation and Partisia comes in, by being able to process and analyze that data without actually revealing the data itself. And we're able to have a lot of new insights, like it comes to help like clinical researchers or universities working together, and science, and not only like for business purposes as well. Like there are really unlimited use cases where it can help.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in scenarios where the state requests the revelation of certain identities, in what scenarios should that be feasible, and in which situations should the privacy of the user be protected at all costs?
So, of course, in certain cases, if we have proven criminal records or investigation going on, and we have sufficient legal evidence that there is an illicit activity going on between different wallets, and it's important that the identity would be exposed to the law or to the court and the legal institutions, but there has to be a clear legal framework and guidelines for these processes, how the data will be processed exactly and kept and monitored. But we are working, for example, with Red Cross, where we provide a payment solution for crisis zones. So earlier times, Red Cross would send money for beneficiaries in war zones, and it was paid in cash and vouchers. But in this way, they cannot really track down what are these funds used for. So with Partisia's multi-party technology, we built a payment solution where the beneficiary is private, which is very important because they're already in a vulnerable situation. If their identity will be exposed, they're even more vulnerable and risky situation. So the beneficiary will be private, but the funds, how they are used, it will be all visible for Red Cross itself. So that's a use case where it's important that the beneficiary stays private in absolutely all costs. So.
Yeah. Thanks so much for your time. Thank you.